Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. All this week we're going to be talking about the value of being Catholic, of living the Catholic life, a virtuous life. When we talk about the virtues, we need to distinguish between them. There are the theological virtues, the cardinal virtues, the moral virtues. The theological virtues are the big three: faith, hope, and charity. Their direct object is God Himself. The cardinal virtues are prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. They are called cardinal virtues because the word cardinal comes from the Latin word for hinge, like a door hinge, indicating that all of the other virtues hinge on these four. Of the four cardinal virtues, prudence is the highest. Prudence is doing what needs to be done to achieve your goal of heaven. It is the quality by which you decide to act in any given circumstance. Prudence is the rudder for your life. Now, as with the case with anything good, a fool or malcontent can pervert the goodness and twist it to his own bad ends. This happens a lot with the virtue of prudence. It gets misapplied and deliberately distorted by people who do not want to act in the most appropriate manner given the circumstances. In short, they use it as an excuse to not do the right thing. Their motivations for not doing the right thing are varied. Sometimes they're simply cowards and don't want to face the prospect of being unpopular or not well liked. Sometimes they actually desire the bad outcome that results from non-action. Sometimes they're just fools or naive, unable to see the bad happening right in front of their eyes. When this lack of prudence drifts into the spiritual realm, souls are lost. Sometimes, oftentimes, to say or do nothing or just a little is spiritual homicide. Prudence dictates that a person do whatever needs to be done to win souls for heaven, period. That attitude starts with each one of us and should remain, but it also extends to others in our sphere. The more influence or authority a person has over others, the greater the responsibility to get that soul to heaven. To shy away from this truth, or to ignore it, or to convince yourself otherwise, the greater the culpability and guilt. Parents have terrible responsibility for their children. Spiritual parents, priests, and most especially bishops, should shake in their boots when considering this truth. Everything they say, every homily that they deliver, will move a soul closer or further from its eternal destiny. And this doesn't mean they should be paralyzed with fear over what they say. Quite the contrary. It means they should feel energized and vivified with the power of their ordination to help win souls for Christ. They need to fearlessly proclaim the truth of Christ and His one holy Catholic Apostolic Church. They need to tell the world, so starving for its Creator, that we each have a destiny aimed at everlasting love beyond all telling. That the price of that love ever after is sacrifice in the here and now. But not some sadistic sacrifice, but a purifying sacrifice, one that prepares you to be able to be loved infinitely. That sacrifice involves dying to our own desires and passions and lusts, a total rebirth fashioned for infinite love. It will hurt at first, no false promise here. Pain hurts. But in the pain and sacrifice, you are being forged into what you were created to be. It is the virtue of prudence that allows you to see this world and this manner and how you should live your life in this way, that your actions then need to follow. Prudence is the ability to see the big picture. The other virtues give you the ability to conduct your affairs in accord with that big picture, which again is getting to heaven. When someone's actions and moral choices align with the big picture, that person possesses integrity. And of this you may be certain, no one gets to heaven who lacks integrity. Pray for each other, and especially for our bishops. Pray for spiritual integrity. God bless you. I'm Michael Voris.
Please help us keep delivering these kinds of messages that so desperately need to be heard and acted on. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber. Become immersed in the faith established by Jesus Christ. The Catholic Church is the only hope against evil because that is its God-given mission. As our Lord said, apart from me, you can do nothing. Join RealCatholicTV.com today as a premium subscriber and come to learn and love Christ more deeply.